Welcome, Cougar fans, to Southfield. Tonight, the BYU Cougars take on the Southern California Seahorses in their 8th game of the season. Beautiful night here at Southfield. This is Josh Patino, joined by Ryan Schmidt. We'll be broadcasting from here, the play-by-play. Just a quick background here on the Southern California Seahorses. You can see them on the right side of your screen there, getting ready to walk out. They currently are the 7th place in the Southwest Division. They have not won a game yet this season. They're 0-5-1. And BYU is currently ranked 5th right now in the Southwest Division. And they have not won at home. Tonight, looking for their first win of the night, or first win of the season at home. Goals for and goals against here for Southern California. They have 7 goals for and 18 goals against coming in tonight's match. BYU with only 5 goals for in 7 games with 14 goals against. BYU will play a 4-2-3-1 formation. Southern California Seahorses are going to be playing a 4-3-3. We're excited to see BYU take on the Southern California Seahorses in hopes to win their first match here at home at Southfield. Something of note here, there was a season-high attendance last week. Here at Southfield, there was over 1,500 fans in the stands. BYU lost a heartbreaker, 2-1 to the Real Colorado Foxes after BYU leading the match in halftime 1-0 and then getting scored on twice to lose the game here at home. BYU suffered a lot of heartbreaks this season, Ryan. They lost 1-0 in stoppage time. And then they lost the next night to Fresno, 4-0, and then they've lost again. Ryan, being a former coach, how do these players mentally stay in this game tonight? How do they come out prepared?
Well, I know it sounds cliche, but you just got to take it one game at a time. And sometimes you got to even break it down to one play at a time. You got to keep a positive attitude, and you just got to keep pushing through to try and use this time to get better and develop your skills, to come together as a team, build your chemistry so that when the opportunity arises that you're able to execute and find the results that you want on the field.
I think tonight's going to be a huge game for BYU. They need to turn their season around. After tonight, they only have 6 games remaining here in the season, and they need a huge win here tonight at Southfield. I think for their momentum, for their confidence, for the fans for being out here, for all the time and effort they put into it, they need a big win here tonight. Something of note for the Southern California Seahorses is you'll see in their starting lineup here, they have only 2 starters that played in their last match. They played Tuesday night against FC Tucson and lost 5-1. Only 2 starters are back in tonight's game.
Josh, both these teams are on a losing streak. And so it's going to be interesting to see tonight who really wants to change that and get onto a positive note for their season. This is a perfect time for one team to step up and impose their will and start having some positive results that will help build some momentum for the rest of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's
BYU hasn't had the home advantage the past few games. Ryan, do you think they're going to have an advantage here tonight?
I think so. Tonight the crowd seems lively. It's a beautiful night, blue skies, obviously a great surrounding here in Southfield, and we're looking forward to an exciting game, and I think that the team will definitely feed off what the crowd is going to bring tonight.
Thank you so much for this beautiful day. We ask that you may be able to bless the players, and they may be able to be safe and have a good time. We say this humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Paused. We paused there, gave a break so that customary here at BYU to offer a prayer before every game. Here the players are walking down on the field. We'll get ready for player announcements and introductions here in just one moment. As the players line up here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about their formations. For those of you that are joining us, we're moments away from kickoff. The Southern California Seahorses are being announced right now. They're coming in to play a 4-3-3 formation. As they take the field, we'll find out if they're going to play 3 central midfielders, which most likely they will play, or they're going to play 1 in the middle and 2 wingers. BYU is going to counter that by playing a 4-2-3-1, which is essentially a modified 4-3-3. They want to outnumber the Seahorses in the middle. Now, BYU is stacked in the midfield. They have Jace Green, Romy Lakekip, and Colby Bauer, who are all veteran players, and hopefully will lead this team. Jace Green last week scored the lone goal for BYU. Colby Bauer was coming back off of being sick, and he played 75 minutes of the game. Tanner Whitworth, who isn't starting tonight but will start, or will come off the bench in the second half, will add a spark for this BYU offense.
For the starting lineup for the BYU Cougars. In goal, number 0, Brian Hale. Number 5, Sterling Hancock. Number 20, Alex Neff. Number 22, James Bindra. Number 6, Douglas Clark. Number 3, Colby Bauer. Number 14, Matt Ryder. Number 7, Garrett G. Number 8, Jonathan Hunka. Number 10, Romy Lakekip. And number 23, Jace Green. The Cougars are coached by head coach Chris Watkins. Assisted by Chad Sackett, Brandon Gillum, Hugh Van Wageningen, and trainer Denise Oates. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Cougar fans, we are ready for kickoff in just a moment here. Beautiful national anthem sung just now. Opponents shaking hands, getting ready for the game here. Ladies and gentlemen, a big night for the BYU Cougars, looking for their first home win of the season. A few changes to their starting lineup. Kip Critchlow, we just got word, is he got hurt Wednesday, ankle sprain, and will be out for at least another week. And then Matt Ryder joined the starting lineup last week and is in the starting lineup tonight again. Talking with Coach Brandon Gillum, he mentioned that Ryder has been playing outstanding in practice and has earned the minutes and the time. We'll see his efforts tonight here at South Field. Some of the keys of the game for BYU. Number one is their defense is going to have to stay goal side the entire night. Coach Watkins mentioned that this defense, Southern California defense isn't that great, but they have scored a few goals this season, more so than BYU. A couple things they said that they need to play the wingers into space, and they need to communicate the midfielders need to communicate, and here they are about to take the field. Ryan, what do you think of these BYU jerseys? They're white and blue stripe. Second year in a row they've had them. What do you think?
I think it's a great throwback to some of the jerseys we see back in the United Kingdom. I think it adds some flavor and some tradition to the team. They definitely look sharp out there tonight, Josh.
Well, you know what's interesting, Ryan, going back to my playing days, I remember that Southern California Seahorses is actually a religious school. At the moment, I can't remember which religion they are, but they all come from a religious school, just like BYU. So this will be a great match, not just on the field, but of character as well. BYU in all white, the Seahorses from Southern California in orange here. Kickoff will be for BYU, looking for their first home win of the season, second win overall, looking to turn their season around here tonight. Romy Lakekip, Jace Green on the ball here. Coach is shaking hands on the opposite side of the field. And we are ready for kickoff. There's the opening whistle, Green on the ball. Looks to play a wide. Seahorses on the ball now. Clark and Doug do a give and go with their head. Green wins it back. Turnover. Seahorses ball. Referee calls the first foul of the game against BYU. Against number 7, Garrett G. Quick start by the Seahorses. Seahorses reset in the back. Play it out wide. Again, this is a very different Seahorses team than what they had on Tuesday night. Only 2 starters remain in this lineup from Tuesday night when they played their last game. A lot of roster changes. We'll see how they play together, how the chemistry of the team fits into play here. BYU, this is a very consistent starting lineup. Bindrup tries to play the ball up to the line to G. Bindrup throw down the line. G in the corner. BYU ball. Ryder on the ball. Didn't get quite around the ball there. Out of bounds. It'll be Seahorses goal kick. I like seeing BYU in the 18 of the opposition so early in the game. We're only a minute and a half in the game. BYU needs to be very offensive-minded. They need to get up early, and I think it's important that they keep the shutout tonight. Hale collects. Looks to play it long. Turnover, Seahorses ball, plays it back in. Hancock with time. Referee signaling offside here. And Hale with a quick restart here. Didn't put enough on that one. Seahorses ball kept in bounds. Seahorses ball down the left side. Comes in one-on-one here. Plays the cross. Over Bauer in the middle here. Inside, top of the 18. BYU barely gets out of that one there. Bauer on the ball. Back to Hancock with the clearance. Green on the top here. Seahorses easily collect, play back to their keeper. Reset. John Huka applying great pressure there. Leg hip holds. Seahorses calmly just collect out of the back, reset. G wins it back and turns it right back over to the other team. Seahorses keeping the ball in their backfield. BYU applying the pressure up top. Keeper plays short. Keeps the ball in the back. Still haven't cleared the ball. Looking long. Number 11, Alex Anderson on the ball. Plays it back. Out of bounds. BYU's ball. Green with his back to goal. Looks to goal. Sees Garrett G into space. Well done by the Seahorses defense to slide and get that out. Played right behind number 9 here. Ball out of bounds, BYU ball.
Josh, both teams seem to be feeling each other out with employing their possession style of game. A couple of attacks into the offensive third, but as of yet, no sustained pressure by one team out of the other.
Absolutely right. I haven't seen yet a full-out attack by BYU yet. Giveaway there by Neff. Inside. Inside the 18, Seahorses ball. Looks back. Plays it wide. Plays safe. Looking for the cross. Neff outside defending. Back out here. Wide to number 9, Mark Hope. Gets down the line. Tries to get inside. Keeps it on the right side here. All the way back to his defender, Bowman. Bowman to Schmidt there in the middle and plays it all the way back behind halfway to this defender. If you look at BYU here, they're just kind of packed in, reserved. Long ball in, inside the 18. Doug Clark collects out of the back and is out of bounds. Seahorses ball. Bautista on the ball here with the left-footed shot. Brian Hale with the save there. Excuse me, no touch. Goal kick for Hale. You're right, Ryan. I haven't seen a lot of, the first opening minutes of this game. Okay, here's the replay from that shot. Bautista there at the top, about 25 yards out. Pulls the trigger, left foot, just wide. Ryder on the win there, just past. Green chasing into the left corner. Clearance out of bounds by the Seahorses. BYU ball. Clark on the ball here. Moves up the field. Way upfield. Late kip carries into pressure. Loses the ball here. Schmidt plays it on. Mark Hope on the ball. Garrett G comes from the right side. Keeps it. Still has the ball. Turnover. Hope on the ball there for Seahorses. Doug Clark tries to get in. Referee lets it play on. No call. Hunka on the ball. John dancing around the ball here. Bauer looks to play in. Late kip. Hunka inside behind the defense. Tries to play it across. Not enough. Right to the keeper. Easy save by Kaufman. Here's the replay on that, folks. Right here, it starts with Bauer in a one-touch through ball. Hunka behind the defense, tries to curve that away from the keeper. Keeper read that well, kept that. Well done by Seahorses Kaufman, goalkeeper tonight.
Cougars are doing a good job working in tandem and moving off the ball.
Exactly right there, Ryan. You know, that's one of BYU's strengths. This team trains from January to March, or excuse me, to May before their first game of the season. Very well conditioned, worked really well off the ball here. James Bindrup on the right side, veteran player here for BYU, looking to create something. Referee calls a foul on Garrett G. Not sure what he called there, Ryan.
I'm not sure either. Looked like a good 50-50 ball to me.
Here we get a closer look at that. Here, James Bindrup looks upfield, plays it on the ground. Great ball. Maybe looks like he pushed his hip into him just a little too much there. Seahorses just call him out of the back. Looks to play it in. Ryder with the slide, trying to win it back for BYU. Bauer, very physical in the middle there. Neff wins the ball back for BYU. Clark turns it over. Lakett plays the through ball. John Hunka on the left side of the field, down into space. Green and Garrett G inside, another curling ball opportunity. G on the ball. Shot and goal! Offside. Referee waves offside. Here's the replay on that, folks. There's Hunka on the left side of the screen, plays the ball just over the top of Garrett G. He gets a head on it here. That's where I think he's offside there on the right side of Lakett.
Very unlucky play by the Cougars, but good, relentless pressure. Even though that header went straight up in the air, they never gave up on that play. Just a very unfortunate offside, took away that goal.
I think we're going to see a lot of that. BYU has to take advantage of this defense not being very solid here in the back. That's a ball that should have been headed out, cleared, and it was given right back to BYU. Not very strong in the back. BYU needs to do a better job, take advantage, and they need to finish off their opportunities. That's been the story of the BYU season, is they just haven't been able to finish opportunities. Hancock does well there to keep it in bounds. Green chases here in the corner. All the way back to Kaufman. Ball played out wide to the left side of the field for the Seahorses. Referee plays on. Very physical play here by BYU. Seahorses looking very sloppy here.
That might have something to do with the amount of roster changes they've had. With that many people coming into the lineup, it's hard to have chemistry, hard to know where people are. And so maybe that's why people are a little unsure where the defense is going to be and maybe where they need to be on the end of passes.
Here we go. G on the ball here. Tries to keep it in bounds. Seahorses ball. 10 minutes into the game here. 0-0 at Southfield. BYU with a couple opportunities. Scored a goal, called back offside. Still remains 0-0 here at Southfield. Seahorses just calm and collective out of the back. Switches the ball across the field to Mark Hope. Hope looks up. Into the middle to Schmidt. Schmidt looks for the switch. Bindrup gets ahead on that. G loses the ball there. Turnover. BYU keeps it. Switches all the way to Hope. Wide open on the right side. Clark coming out to apply pressure.
That was a really good close by Hope there. Didn't allow Hope to have any time to settle that ball to make a play.
Well done by Clark. It looks like it's going to be a throw-in for the Seahorses. I'm sure they're wanting a corner kick there. Sun in Brian Hale's eyes right now. And here's the throw to Schmidt. Back to Hope. Offside. Very slow paced game here for BYU. Hale will take the kick. Brian Hale Jr., local from Utah. Alpine, take the kick. Leader of this defense and team. Green in the air, flicks it on. Seahorses win it. Hunka tries to keep it. Clark on the ball here at midfield. Bauer keeps the ball. Well done. Little flick on to John Hunka on the left side. Trying to take him one-on-one. Tries to get it down to the end line. Looks for the cross in. Does. And it'll be a corner kick. I think we're going to see a lot of that by Hunka. Very quick player. He's going to get down that line quite a bit. He's going up against Bowman as the right defender. I think Hunka's going to be huge for this BYU offense if he keeps getting the ball.
Hunka looked to have a little step on Bauman, but he was able to recover and and give up the corner.
Lakip on the kick, keeps it on the ground here to Doug Clark on the ball. Looks to cut it in, plays it back out to G. And I don't know if that was a shot or a cross there, Ryan. I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to do.
The defender seemed to close him off pretty quick, and so the angle went away, and so.
Here's the replay on that. Doug Clark right there just slips it to Garrett G. And yeah, it looks like a shot from there. I don't know if he had the angle.
Looked like he kind of ran out of options.
Bauer chasing in midfield. Hope wide. Hope has been huge for this Seahorses offense. Trips over the ball there. Ball in play here by number 11, Anderson on the ball. One-on-one opportunity all the way back to Bautista. Looks to play the cross over Bindrup. One times that, no problem for Brian Hale. Easy save. As you can see, the sun's in Hale's eyes. That sun will come down in about 10, 15 minutes. Punt all the way out to Green, tries to get up for that. Lakip will win the second ball here. Plays it inside to Ryder. Matt Ryder's he's one of the best possession players I've seen. He just holds the ball so well for BYU. Him and Bauer in the midfield are adding to the possession for BYU. Bindrup there on the turnover. G chasing. Neff keeps the ball in bounds, plays it back to Hale. Oh, referee calls out of bounds here. Be a throw. Something to watch out here for BYU is you notice the outside backs, James Bindrup and Doug Clark, get up the field, which leaves just the two center backs in the back as well as a Matt Ryder or Colby Bauer. BYU on possession here. There's Bauer in the middle of the field. Keeping the ball, looking for something to Green keep on the ball now. Ryder. Big switch out to Hunka. Makes it. Hunka trips a little bit. Clark gets around him down the left side. Left-footed, gets across in. Looks like Green did touch that off the defender. Corner kick BYU.
That's a great job by Clark getting up the field and taking that ball all the way down in the corner for that left-footed cross.
And here's the replay. Clark just chips the ball over, gets down. He's left-footed, crosses that in, and Green does get a touch on it. Just hit the defender forward out. Well done by Green. Good effort to try to get there. Lakip on the kick there. Far post. Out of bounds. Another corner kick. Not sure whose head that hit. Romy Lakip, only the second player on the team that's left-footed, will try to swing this inside towards the keeper. Good ball. Oh, header by Neff, just wide. Ryan, that's what I'm talking about. BYU needs to finish these opportunities they have.
Neff definitely had an opportunity there. He had an opening, a sure look at the goal, just slid the header just back by the back post.
Could be 2-0 right now, Ryan, for the Cougars.
Gotta finish when you have the opportunities, that's for sure.
Cougars do look like they're settling down a bit here at South Field. Seahorses defense very comfortable playing the ball in the back to one another here. Hope on the ball here. Plays it on to Bautista. Bautista looks up, plays it to Anderson. Hancock. Back to Anderson on the wing. There's Bautista trying to keep the ball. 1v2. Plays it, splits them both. Back heel to Anderson with the shot. Oh, crossbar. Great opportunity by Anderson and the Seahorses. Bindrup on. Let's look at that one more time. Okay, we're going to go forego the replay there.
Shot sent in by number 11.
Seahorses with an opportunity to take the lead.
That was a wonderful back heel for the shot by number 11. That was very lucky that that stayed out of the back of the frame.
BYU needs to be strong defensive. Like I said at the very beginning of this game, they're going to have to stay. They got to keep a shutout tonight. They need a shutout for their confidence. Hope on the right side, top of the 18. Doug Clark slides, keeps the ball. Clean tackle. Well done there. Clears the ball out of bounds. Seahorses ball. We're in the 18th minute of the match. Seahorses throw in here. Into Anderson for the Seahorse. Off his shin, out of bounds. Hancock complaining to the referee, saying he just flopped. Clark with the throw here. Plays short to Hancock. Plays long, looks like it's going over Green, and does. Hunka chasing off of the Seahorses. Hunka with a great opportunity there. Plays Jace. Remember, no offsides on a throw-in. Jace tries to play it in. Hope now turning around. Counter for the Seahorses. Plays it across. Schmidt here on the ball. Looks to play through and does. Hope again on the ball on the right side. Plays all the way across. Defender slip. Bindrup with the clearance. Scary moment for BYU. Schmidt again here on the ball for the Seahorses to Martinez. Looks to play back. Number 7 here, Joshua Ayers. Looks like he's going to take a shot. It does! Just wide. That's the second shot right there from the top of the 18. BYU can't afford to give those up in such a close match.
Seahorses are definitely finding their legs. I don't know if that's possible, but they are definitely putting the pressure on BYU. BYU needs to make sure that when they pressure the ball, they don't let the Seahorses go by and make that attack.
Even though the Seahorses are in last place of the Southwest Division, BYU cannot be overconfident here tonight. BYU looking for their first win here at home at Southfield. Hale with the kick out. Seahorses right now looking to keep the ball on the offensive side here. Ball into Bautista, keeping it. Seahorses ball. No handball there called. Bautista on the ball, looks for left-footed cross. All the way in, Doug Clark off his shoulder and corner kick. That looked to me around like a missed touch. I'm not sure if he was trying to get that out across the line or trying to bring that down.
Yeah, there's a little stiff breeze today, and I'm wondering if maybe that played a little bit on the judgment by Clark, and so he gave up the corner. I'm sure he didn't want to do that.
Short corner,
on a harmless play.
Mark Hope gets it across. Hale with the save. Nifty move by Hope down the end line.
Cross sent in by number 9, Mark Hope. Batted away by the keeper, Brian Hale.
Jeffrey Bowman here on the kick. Goes long this time. Hale with the save, just grabs it right out of the air. That's what makes Brian Hale so good. Not afraid to come out of his net, not afraid to demand that ball, and his hands are like glue. Do you see that ball just stick to his hands? Didn't go anywhere.
He just seemed to come out of nowhere. That's a sign of a confident keeper that's just going in, taking charge of that middle of that box. Great job.
BYU called offside right here. Lakip looking for the ball through to Jace Green. Green just offsides just right before the kick. Unlucky for BYU.
Josh, what do you think that BYU needs to do to stop this attack?
BYU. Sorry, go ahead.
That the Seahorses are starting to mount now. It seems to be fairly consistent. What do they need to do here to get their game going?
I'll answer that question in just a second. It looks like Colby Bauer just set a pick in the middle of the field here. Referee definitely calls that as obstruction. Unfortunate call for BYU. Going back to your question here to kind of stop the Seahorses here, BYU needs to gain control again of the match. Number 9, Mark Hope here out the right side, taking Clark on again. Keeps the ball here, beats 2 defenders, plays the ball through. Bautista on the ball. Oh, BYU squeaks away there. Clark on the ball, plays it wide to Green. Turns, counterattack for BYU. Garrett G inside, behind the defender with the speed. Looks like he's going to go 1v1 with the goalie here. Cuts inside, still the ball at his feet. Shot, save by Kaufman. Ryan, that's what BYU needs to do. They need to counter, they need to use Garrett G's speed up top. Here's the replay on that. Green, great vision, plays that ball over the top. G with great speed down the field, beats the defender, and then lucky on the cut here. Keeps his feet, keeps the ball. Terrific shot, well done by the keeper.
Kaufman with a great decision to come off his line to cut off the angle on that shot, but great determination by G.
Opportunity here for the BYU Cougars. Sterling Hancock on the ball here. Plays it back. Hunka then plays it in. Keeper punches it out. Neff tries to keep it alive. Shot by Bauer into G. BYU needs to reset here. Doug with the long shot. Not anything on that shot. Too weak. Keeper save. Number 9, Hope plays it back. All the way back to Bowman. Or excuse me, to Kaufman. BYU with a third opportunity to match to really capitalize. These are the opportunities that BYU needs to take need to take to make it happen here tonight. Looks like it'll be a foul here against BYU. Quick start by Seahorses. Schmidt in the middle of the field here. Plays it along to Anderson, controls off the chest. Martinez coming in on the left side, looking to take Neff on one-on-one. Plays the ball over the top. Not enough. Schmidt couldn't get there in time. Hope here again. Bowman from the right side tries to cross, plays it in. Schmidt keeps it. Through. Back out to Hope. Doug Clark, well done there. Good challenge. John Hunka now. Garrett G streaking, plays him through again. Offside call. I'm not sure about that, Ryan. He looked like he was on to me.
Might have been just a half a body. It was a very close call. If not, he would have been off to the races.
That's what we need to see happen for BYU. More through balls like that. Hopefully G doesn't get tired too quickly. They definitely need him. Anderson in the left corner now for the Seahorses. Play the ball in. Great defensive challenge by Bauer not to foul him inside the box. Bindrup defending well. Out of bounds, off Bindrup's foot, will be Seahorses' ball.
Josh, I noticed that when the Seahorses are around the 18, there's not a lot of movement off the ball. They seem to be standing and looking for just target opportunities where the ball is played directly to their feet and they can turn. Not a lot of motion, not a lot of movement.
You know, that may just come from a lack of conditioning. Like you said, changing the roster so much. Garrett G here on the right side of the ball. Green wanting the ball in the middle. Bauer will collect, cross to Ryder, back to Bauer. Those two are the best possession players here for BYU alongside Romy Lakekit. Anderson now inside. Hale's not afraid to come out, clears it. Hunka is onside. Offside call. He was clearly onside. He came from way behind. Disagree with the referee there. Entering the 27th minute. Just past halfway through the first half. Very even game here. Haven't seen either team capitalize on the opportunities they've had. BYU trying to get their first win of the season here at home at Southfield. Second win overall. So far, the dangerous players from the Seahorses that we've seen are number 11, Anderson. and number 9, Mark Hope. John Hunka here on the, trying to do work on the left side. Doug Clark moves across, plays it to Jay Screen too much. Keeper easily collects. Hoffman keeps it at his feet, not dangerous at all. If you notice, these teams play very similar styles in their formation. Even though BYU calls it a 4-2-3-1, it's very similar to a 4-3-3, just a little bit modified. Ryder and Bauer will stay back a little bit. Great challenge by Ryder to keep the ball there. Hunka here cuts it back, keeps the ball. Well done by Ryder to be there. Ryder just seems to always be in the right spot. Takes a shot from outside, just over the top. I like seeing that from Ryder from the outside. BYU needs to shoot from the outside a little bit more, and I think he's the only midfielder that's done so right now. Schmidt here plays it out wide to Bowman. Bowman looks upfield to Hope. Does. Clark with the sliding save. Hunka keeps the ball. Still at his feet. Garrett G now on the ball. G takes him down on the right side. Gets by him with his speed. Well done by the Seahorse. That's a great challenge not to foul him there. Waiting for some movement off the ball. Bindrup holds it. Out of bounds. Goal kick for the Seahorses. It doesn't look like there's a lot of energy out here tonight, Ryan. Kind of dead here on the field. I know BYU's coming off of a 5-game losing streak. It'll be tough to stay in this game, but this is a very winnable game for the Cougars. Anderson behind the defense here takes Hale with the save. Hale slips and then saves Anderson with an opportunity. Wishes he could have that one back.
Wow, that's what we call an Ole defense. Anderson just went right down the middle of the BYU back line and was right one-on-one with Hale. Hale comes out as large and makes the big save of the match so far.
As you can see in that replay, BYU defense just watching that. BYU not looking like they want the win tonight. Hale collects and clears. Hunka here on the ball. Back to Clark. You know, BYU's at its best when they play the ball on the ground to feet. Turnover by Clark. Martinez now on the ball. Excuse me, Bautista. Hoffman looking very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Just possessing out of the back. Schmidt now in the midfield on the ball. Looks up, nothing. Plays it out to Bowman. Plays it over to Hope. He's behind the defense. Slows down right at Hale. He's going to have to do better than that to get by Hale. Let's take a second look at that now. Here it is. Hope on the right side, just inside 18, and fires. Hale is too good for a shot like that. Big clearance all the way to the other 18. Hale watches that go out of bounds.
Josh, as you're talking momentum and the energy in this stadium right now, the first goal of this game is going to go a long ways to deciding how this goes. I think the crowd will be energized if BYU can get one here. And obviously the Seahorses, they'll be very energized if they can get one on the road. So these next few minutes are going to be critical on the outside of this game.
Seahorses haven't won a game on the road. This really will be, you know, the game decides who's going to win out on the road at first and who's going to win at home. Takeover there by Green and G. Ball out to Ryder on the right side. Looks to take him on 1v1. Plays it back to Lakekip in the midfield. Green on the ball. Plays it through to Hunka. And over to G with a miss. Just whiffs. Misses the ball there. Collected by Hoffman. Mark Hope already looking for the counterattack. Plays it inside to Martinez. Schmidt here looking wide, plays it out. BYU with another good opportunity. Ryan, what do you think it is that BYU just kind of has a little bit of a play? They're just not able to score. G into space on the right side here. Great ball by Neff. Plays it across early. Hunka now on the ball. Keeps it, takes on 2. Inside the 18, tries to play it back. Not enough there. Kaufman collects out of the back.
Josh, you're exactly right. There's a lot of good combinations happening. 2 and 3 person touch, quick strike, but just not finding the back of the net. I don't know if it's a lack of belief or if the defense is just coming up just at the very end to snuff out the attack. But we've got to find a way to make those great combinations end in a goal.
I wonder if it's a lack of confidence almost for BYU. They just 5 goals in 7 games, been scored on 14 times. Ball out wide to Hope here. Dangerous attack, plays it across. Clark gets his foot on that.
Well, even you look at the shot totals, BYU's got 7 shots right now to 6 for Southern California. And so it's definitely an even game. We've had crossbars, we've had great saves by Hale, we've had opportunities by the Cougars. This game, definitely somebody should be on the board. Someone's got to make it happen.
And Bowman in play. Hale again, punches that out of bounds. Shot looking from outside, takes it just over the bar. That was number 19, Zach Bautista. Take a second look at that. Ball goes out, Brian punches that. Bautista settles, left-footed strike. Bautista had the other left-footed shot from outside the box, about 25 yards out. He wants to score. Bautista wants to score tonight. BYU tied with the Southern California Seahorses 0-0, 35th minute of the match. Foul called against Anderson. Clark slow to get up. Yellow card awarded to Anderson. Not sure if we can get a replay there, but it looked like it was a fair challenge up in the air. Maybe on his way down, Ryan, he hit his head on the ground there.
I didn't see the contact with his head. I don't know if it was head to head or if he did hit the ground, but he's definitely shaking off the cobwebs a little bit.
35th minute of the match here. Hancock on the throw. Referee just wanted to make sure Clark can see straight. Looks like he is okay. Clark talking to him about the call.
These days, extra precautions for concussions are always in order, and looks like the referee is sending Clark off to be checked just to be on the safe side.
Clark is going to exit the field here to get checked out by the trainer. BYU will play with 10 men. As you know, in the PDL, if you are subbed out of the match, you cannot re-enter the game. And so BYU will play with 10 men, and then hopefully Clark will return to the match. Matt Ryder will drop into play left back. Ball in the air, Hancock delivers. Green on the ball, falls at the feet of Hunka. Hunka with some fancy footwork there in the corner. Plays the ball through to G. Through ball. Foul called against Bowman. Lakip setting up here for the free kick. There it is. Hunka plays it in. G plays it right back out, and right there, even though he got the ball, he got all of his leg as well. Great call by the referee. Good opportunity here for the Cougars to take the lead with 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Lakip on the ball here. Plays it across to Hunka. Fires from outside. Schmidt there on the save. Green thinks about it. Out of bounds. Ryan, another missed opportunity here by the BYU Cougars. Fans yelling for Green to bicycle kick that. Right now, I think it's more of a mental game for the Cougars. Hale comes out. Anderson right there to poke that in. Anderson has been the target forward for the Seahorses. Clark now on the left side of the field. Looks to play long. Bowman keeps it bound. Lakip, great one-touch pass out to Green. Ball over and out to the right side. Bauer inside, looks like he tried to chip the keeper a little too much.
Bauer needs to take another touch there. He's definitely had the time and make a good pass, or a good pass into the goal. I think he definitely had the time to do that.
Here it is again, Bauer, one time. Brian, I think you're right. He had a little more time there to take a second touch. Do a little bit more with that. Ryder winning the header there. Second ball goes to Hunka, and turnover. Bautista plays it wide. Almost a turnover by the Seahorses. Anderson now on the ball, plays it through. Neff easily collects, turns it right over to Schmidt in the offensive third. Schmidt keeps it, plays it across to Bautista here. Plays it wide to Mark Hope. Inside, plays it across. Diving header by Sterling Hancock. That's the kind of effort that BYU needs all over the field. Hancock almost had a diving header save last game. Unfortunately, that one winning the goal. There it is, the ball out to Mark Hope. One touch, nice cross, keeping it low. Hancock does extremely well to extend his body and get his head to redirect the ball. That's extremely difficult to do in front of your own net. You hit that the wrong way, and that's an own goal. Hancock showing a lot of confidence right there in front of his net. Ryder with the ball out. Binger comes across. Bautista now, the orchestrator in the midfield, keeps it. Ooh, I think he tried to get that one over the top and didn't. Binger here on the breakout. Green on the ball now. Looks to play it. Garrett G here on the left side of the field. Ball out of bounds. You can just see the speed that G has on this defense. BYU needs to take advantage of that. Green plays it back to Doug Clark. Clark will play it into Hunka. Goes across, looking for the outside shot, takes it right at the keeper. Hoffman bobbles that a little bit. Hunka with a good opportunity. Hoffman plays it out wide.
That was a good shot by Hunka. He got good, solid contact on that. Unfortunately, straight at the keeper.
Excuse me, it's Kaufman, not Hoffman. Five minutes remaining here in regulation for the first half. BYU Seahorses tied here at Southfield. There's a slight wind here. BYU Seahorses, neither of the teams able to capitalize on their scoring opportunities. BYU looking for their first win of the season at home. Seahorses keep the ball in bounds. BYU applying a lot of pressure. Bauer working hard there, plays it across to Bowman. Hunka there to intercept. Ball out. Clark there on Hope. Clark winning it for BYU. A foul called.
Good pressure there by Clark and Hunta. They were able to turn the ball over and put the Seahorses in a very precarious position, so they had to take the foul.
BYU with another opportunity here to capitalize and put one behind the keeper here, Kaufman. Lakip sets up again. BYU looking for the first goal of the match to take the lead. Lakip over the top. Offside. Offside called by the referee. Looks like it was Alex Neff. Quick ball out wide. Seahorse is looking to counter. Schmidt here in the middle of the field. Lots of time. Switches the field out to Hope. Missed touch. Clark on the ball. Hancock does well to provide support for him. Switches the field to Bindrup out of the back here, trying to build BYU. Ryder almost dispossessed. Over the top of the defense. G chasing it down. Well done, headed back to the keeper. BYU is looking to play extremely direct right now. I think they need to go back to just possession play, 1-2 touch. BYU doing extremely well in the back to possess. Not enough moving off the ball there for Hancock. Lakip now on the ball. Dispossessed. BYU on their heels right now. James Bindrup with the slide. A yellow card awarded to James Bindrup.
Caution awarded to number 22 for the Cougars.
Number 7, Joshua Ayers, dribbling it in bounds.
That seemed to be a questionable call. Looked like Bindrup got a lot of ball there.
That's a tough call for the referee to make in the moment. Free kick for the Seahorses here. Bautista on the ball, right at Hale. Hale does well to position himself. Great hands. Bautista bends the ball around the wall there. Lakip tries to head that on. Clark back in the match, looking fine. Dribbles it inside, plays it out to Lakip. Oh, Lakip just a little slow there, saw G out wide. G fires from outside, just wide. Great strike by Garrett G. Well done by the Cougars to attack. Here's the replay. Right here out to Garrett G. And the shot just wide, you can see it hits the back post of the goal there. Headed out by Ryder. Green chasing down Kaufman. Clark plays it into Hunka. Green right now offside. Lakip on the ball now. Chips it over. John Hunka behind the defense. 1-on-1 with the goalie. Great save by Hoffman. Hunka with a great opportunity. Lakip, orchestrator of that play. Look at that little chip over the top. John Hunka cuts it from the defender, and the shot, well done by Kaufman to guess the right way, go down. BYU knocking on the door here for a goal.
Lakip had great creativity on that service to Hunka. Very unfortunate that didn't go back in the back of the net.
Lakip keeps that corner low. Hunka now behind the ball. Keeps the ball at his feet. Lakip keeps it, doesn't keep it in bounds. Referee calls it out of bounds. 45 minutes have expired. We're in stoppage time now. Whenever the referee blows his whistle, that'll be the end of the first half. Seahorses with the big switch out, looking for Anderson. Anderson, great first touch. Looks to take Clark on one-on-one. Hope now on the ball. Plays it out wide. Still keeps the ball, Bautista. Plays it into Hope in front of the post. Wide to Anderson. Good sequence here by the Seahorses. Well done. That's good patience by the Seahorses just to keep the ball moving around. BYU just having to chase. Jeffrey Bowman on the kick here. Anderson making his way inside. Over the top. Tries to keep it in bounds. G on the ball. And just clears. Just clears it out to safety. Neff, great elevation to get a header on that. Schmidt runs over Ryder. The referee calls the third. That's a third yellow card. Lakip awarded. Here it is, Schmidt running over. Lakip kind of right there, the slide. I think he got the ball away too soon. Cleats up, very dangerous play. Good call by the referee there.
Yeah, anytime you see the cleats up, the referee's not going to stand for that, and it's going to draw a yellow.
That's been the third booking here of the match. Seahorses pushing up right now. Bautista on the ball. Plays it in over the top. Jay Screen gets ahead on that, just enough to hail. And that's the half, ladies and gentlemen. We are tied here at Southfield 0-0. Your BYU Cougars against the Southern California Seahorses, both teams with great opportunities to score. However, the score remains 0-0. We'll take a short break for halftime. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Welcome back, Cougar fans, to Southfield. We are at a tie game here, BYU Cougars versus the Southern California Seahorses. 0-0, both teams with very good opportunities to score. Anderson unable to convert in the first half. Hunka, G, unable to convert in the second half. BYU trying to get over the mental part of the game here to score. Needing a big win here tonight. This would be the first home game win of the season. Seahorses looking for their first road win of the season. Seahorses haven't won a game yet this season. BYU coming to the match 1-5-1. So the big night for the Cougars. Seahorses trying to change their season around. BYU here at home at Southfield. You can see the sun's gone down. Nice and cool breeze out here tonight. Ryan, what do you think are some of the key matchups for this second half?
Well, it's interesting in the first half. I noticed that most of the play was going down the left side of the pitch for the Cougars. That was Hunka versus the right back, Bauman. And there was some good overlaps by Clark. He was getting involved in the play, and it seemed like most of the attack was going down that side for the Cougars. So that's an interesting matchup that we need to watch at. For Southern California, the opposite is true. Their right side winger, Mark Hope, was going at Doug Clark all half, and Doug did a great job of stopping with 3 or 4 slide tackles, but he also got Pope also got in and was able to serve some balls and get also a couple shots off himself. So those two matchups right there to me is the key for the second half.
Ryan, being a former coach, what would you tell your team if in this situation you're tied 0-0 at halftime, you haven't converted on opportunities, you haven't converted a lot during the regular season? Here at halftime, what do you tell the players to get them pumped up and amped for the second half?
If I was Coach Watkins, I would be telling the strikers and the wingers for the Cougars that they have got to be determined. They've got to have the will that they will not be denied. Once that ball goes in the box, they are not stopping until that ball is in the back of the net. And they have to believe, they have to make that happen. And it all comes from confidence, and confidence comes from just having the will to make that happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like BYU right now it's just confidence. It's just in their heads. As soon as they get one, it'll snowball. BYU trying to overcome their scoring drought here tonight. And there's the opening kick. We're off in the second half. Tie game 0-0 right now. Schmidt on the ball here. Referee calls a foul early in the game. Bauer, great sportsmanship, goes to pick him up. No changes to the lineup for BYU here. Lakip on the ball on the right side. G trying to get behind the defense. Referee makes a call here. I think he's calling it on Gary G jumping over the defender and into him.
Another key, Josh, that I see is Gordon G being on the backside, using that speed. If they could have Hunka attacking up the left side and then finding that crossfield switch over the defense, G might have some opportunities to also go in on goal.
Exactly. He's taking people on here on the right side 1v1. We're not seeing anyone on the back side there. That would be Hunka's responsibility. Hancock here tries to play through. Right side, Seahorses on the ball. Throw in by BYU. Hancock makes a little bit of a mistake there and lets him come down the right side. Excuse me, it looks to be like BYU's ball must have gone off the Seahorses player.
Yeah, it looks like there was slight defection there.
Now it is Seahorses' ball.
I'm going to turn that same question to you, Josh. What would you tell the team?
You know, at this point of the game, like I said, I think it's all mental for BYU. I think BYU just needs to come out, be confident, and they look tight in front of the net. They look nervous. They don't have that same confidence. And being a former player, playing for Coach Watkins, I know that in practice, I've played with a lot of these players, and they score goals. Jace Green, Romy Lakekip, Garrett G, John Hunka, some of the best scorers on the team. And right now they've been silenced for the season. A lot of it, I think, is just, you know, being Coach Watkins or even a teammate, I just give them free license. In front of the net, do your thing. Shot deflects off of his own player there, out of bounds. Hale going to be here on the kick.
That was a little insult to injury there. Player falls down and his teammate drills him in the head.
Yeah, don't kick your teammate while he's down, right?
That's right.
Bowman saves it for his team. And the clearance. Clark redirects the ball there with his head. Unfortunate, goes the other team. Turnover. Ryan, I think that's the other key to the second half. Looking at this BYU team, neither team is playing extremely well, but the team that has less turnovers is going to win. And I know that sounds so simple, but BYU is so consistent in turning the ball over. Same applies for Seahorses. Right now it's a very evenly matched game just because they do keep turning the ball over to one another.
At the beginning of the game, we were looking at two similar teams, but the way the game is shaping up, it seems that they are differing a little bit. The Cougars seem to be a quick strike, counter strike type of team right now, where the Seahorses are more of a possession and a patient building team.
Two quick fouls called against BYU. Very physical. Referee has done a great job this game to keep everyone in the game. Awarded 3 yellow cards the first half. Not afraid to take control of the game here. 3 Seahorses around the ball. Schmidt leaves. Bautista and Martinez. Bautista takes it on the ground. Deflected by the BYU wall. And we are on the counterattack, BYU ball. Hunka gets behind the defender. Green on the backside. Garrett G there with the shot. Looks like a deflection over the top of the goal. No deflection called.
That was a great service in by Hunka. And Gordon G running onto the ball. It was great communication because Lakeup could have definitely got in the way of that shot, and they talked well. And Gordon G was able to get the shot off. Unfortunately, was not able to keep it low enough and on frame.
Another opportunity by the Cougars, unable to convert on a great opportunity. Well done by Alex Neff to really carry that ball out and start that play. Another foul called against BYU. Third one in 5 minutes for BYU. We're entering the 51st minute of the second half. Seahorses will build the attack out of the back. They've done extremely well, just confident in the back to just play. Pass it around, make BYU chase. Well done by number 7 to keep it in bounds. Great first touch, keeps the ball. Bauer for BYU. Hunka on the left side here against Bauman. Look at that speed just down the flank. Looks for a cross in. Schmidt tied on him. Throw in BYU.
There we see that matchup again. 2 times in the last 2 minutes, Hunka has gone down, beaten Bauman, and the center back has had to come over and clean up. That time he was able to do that. The last time he was not. So that's a very key matchup. Looks like the Cougars are going to be able to take advantage of that.
Hoffman punches that out of danger. Looks like this field may be a little slippery. We've seen several players slip on the ground. Schmidt there in the middle. Plays it out wide to Anderson. Bauer collects. Well done by BYU. Good 1-2 passing there to keep the ball. Get it out of pressure. Bindrup on the right side now. Looks like BYU. Gary G behind the defense. Great through ball by Jay Screen. Looking for the switch. Plays it across. Deflected by the defense. Off the crossbar. Hunka now on the ball. Slows down the play. Well done by Gary G to get that ball off. That deflection caused it to hit the crossbar. Hunka comes inside. Takes an outside shot. Hits leg hip. Might have been on its way in. Deflects off leg hip there. Bauer tries to put it back in. BYU collects. James Bindrup calling for the ball on the right side of the field. Wide open. No one on him. Ryder to G. Turnover. Anderson now on the ball for the Seahorses. Unable to keep that at his feet. Lake Kit plays the ball out wide to Doug Clark. Gets down, gets the ball on the ground. Cheech slides in. Corner kick BYU.
Field is definitely tilting towards the Cougars now. Sustained pressure.
Here's a replay on that. That's Doug Clark there on the left side. Gets down the flank. Plays a great ball. Gary just didn't get there in time. Great effort. Here's the substitution. Tanner Whitworth coming on for James Bindrup. Tanner Whitworth, a standout freshman, true freshman for BYU. Jay Screen off the post. What a header. BYU just can't seem to finish here in the attacking third. Sterling Hancock, turnover there. Seahorses keep the ball. Foul called against Sterling Hancock. And he's booked. Tanner Whitworth in his first minute of the match. BYU unlucky once again. Jace Green on the end of that one hits the post. Great corner kick by Lake Kit. BYU unable to convert. Bautista on the ball here for the Seahorses. Plays it out wide. Bauer intercepts at midfield. Hunka dispossessed. Martinez on the ball, plays it to Bautista. Anderson on the through ball. Hale comes out easy, no problem. Tanner Whitworth, normally playing center midfield, is tonight playing right back. Gary G tries to shield him off. Lake Kip. No touch there, BYU ball. Gary G fights. It could be a corner kick here for BYU. It is. Ryan, you're right. Momentum shifting BYU with several opportunities now to attack consistently in the opposition's half.
For sure. If they are able to keep up this pressure, and when they do lose possession of the ball, continue to keep the pressure on Southern California, they're going to find the second half a lot easier to play.
Schmidt clearing the ball out of danger. Anderson will be on the end of that one. Doug Clark and John Hunka now defending. No one there for the Seahorses. Martinez on the ball now. Schmidt plays over to Bautista, open in midfield. Ayers tries to play it in. Oh, missed header there. Great ball by Ayers into the 18. Not a really dangerous header. BYU not too worried about that. This has been a game of missed opportunities for both teams here. Plenty of fans here for BYU at South Field. Last week they had record attendance for the season, over 1,500 fans. Joshua Ayers on the ball, switches the field. Looks like it's Hope on the ball. Schmidt now. Sterling Hancock easily collects. Hunka, nice little flick. Keeps the ball at his feet. Hunka, very crafty player. BYU usually collects out of the back. Look to build forward. Ryder in the middle of the field. Lakip now. Great switch by Lakip to see Tanner Whitworth attacking. Nice touch in. Ryder on the ball. Dispossessed. Bautista on the ball. Bautista has been a star for the Seahorses here, owning the midfield. And now Seahorses on the attack. Alex Neff coming out of the back, looking to attack. Wanted to make something happen. Now Garrett G on the ball. Neff keeps going. G open again. Neff trying to meg the opposition.
Good patience there by Neff. G and Neff ran out of real estate and didn't have numbers in the forward attack, and did a good job not forcing the issue so that they could not lose possession of the ball.
Alex Neff coming out of center back, another true freshman trying to make things happen here for BYU. Two freshmen here on the back line. Alex Neff plays a great ball in. Tanner Whitworth tries to get to the end of that one, keeps it in bounds. Seahorses clearance. Back to Neff. Back post. John Huka trying to get there. Keeper punches that one. John Huka keeps it in bounds. BYU with another opportunity here. Takes him on, beats him down the end line. Tries to slot it back to the opposition. Hunka saw Green. Green just wasn't there.
Great move by Hunka. The pass was just a little inaccurate.
BYU just possessing now. BYU looking strong coming out of the second half. Whitworth trying to keep this ball in play. Missed touch.
How do you think fitness plays into this game, Josh?
BYU, I think, definitely has the advantage here. Like I said, they've been conditioning and training since January. They've been a team for that long. Seahorses here haven't been together that long. As we know, just 3 days ago, they were a completely different team. They are missing their star defender, key player with the red card. He was ejected last game.
Looks like they've subbed Bauman. I can't see who they've subbed him for, but that's one of the key matches. So it looks like Hunka was starting to wear Bauman out, so they subbed him out.
Seahorses coach makes a good adjustment there to switch that out. Hunka beat him several times down the line. Green somehow wins that ball. Bauer with the ball at his feet. Hunka now, BYU looking to attack one more time. Hunka brings it inside, looking for a shot. Keeps going, keeps the ball at his feet, goes across the 18. Lakip wants the shot, takes it. Great save by Kaufman again. BYU with another opportunity. John Hunka being the creator of that. We'll get a second look at that. Here's John Hunka streaking across the field, beats 3 defenders, beats the entire back line. Nice little back heel. G wants it, Lakip comes, I want it. Great shot. Hoffman does a great job to keep that ball out of the back of the net. BYU attacking very consistently here. We're in the 61st minute of the match, still tied 0-0. BYU corner kick. Fans are stomping in the stands right now. They're getting very excited, wanting a goal here for BYU. BYU with another opportunity here tonight. This will be their 5th corner kick of the night. Ball comes in, Ryder with the header, deflected off. Looks like another corner kick. Ryder does well to elevate, get ahead on that, redirect the ball just off the defender.
Going back to that scoring play, Hunka again going at the new right back, Croft, was able to get a step on him as well. So that looks like that matchup is still going to be productive for BYU.
Short corner this time for the BYU Cougars. Lakip too strong on the kick. I don't think he was expecting to hit it that hard.
Josh, I can't fault Lakeup on that shot, though. That was labeled just right inside the post. Kaufman made a great save to get a hand on that and knock it wide.
Great save. Props to the keeper there for the Seahorses to keep the shutout for the Seahorses. That was a bit ambitious from the central back there. And Doug Clark returns the favor for BYU. Schmidt here in midfield. Looking upfield, plays another ball long, looking for Anderson. Neff gets ahead on that. Whitworth, very physical play. Plays the ball through. G on the ball now. Lakeup. Plays a through ball. Green now inside, one-on-one situation. Green, the lone goal scorer of last game against the Foxes. Quick restart. The referee calls it back, substitution for the Cougars. Garrett G coming out of the match. Bryson Pope will be entering. Garrett G, owner of Scan. Very successful company here in Provo, very successful startup. He actually left school to start his company and has come back just to play soccer. Bryson Pope entering the match here from Springville. Here are his first touches of the game. Bryson in behind the defense, keeps the ball at his feet, takes a shot. Left-footed shot. He got too much underneath the ball there. High, way over the goal.
Wow. Here comes Bryson Pope. He gets his first touch in the game, and he doesn't shy away from the action right away. Nice little chip here over the defense. Takes one touch in and hits with the left foot. Unfortunately, just gets it a little high. But definitely not taking his time getting involved in the action of this game.
Well done by Bryson Pope. BYU, Chris Watkins looking for a spark for the Cougars. Bautista now on the ball, and Martinez in the midfield. BYU really looking to put something on the scoreboard here, needing a goal to take the lead here. Martinez now on the ball. Well done by Hancock to keep that ball alive. Hancock now going upfield. Jace Green has the ball, leaves it behind him. Unfortunate there. Sterling Hancock, center back, out of position here. Wins the ball back for BYU. Referee calls a late whistle there. Hancock clean tackle. Referee wants to have some words with him.
Crowd not very happy with that call.
That was a late whistle. If you're going to call that on the spot. Seahorse setting up here. Looks like Schmidt will be on the ball. Game tied 0-0, 65th minute of the match. Seahorses free kick. BYU opening the first 20 minutes of the second half with several scoring opportunities. Seahorses inside the 18. Doug Clark tries to head it out. Martinez wins. Inside, takes a shot, just over.
Two dangerous opportunities there by the Seahorses. Cougars luckily get away unscathed.
Cougars need to do a little bit better defensively there. Scary moment for the defense. Brian Hale not happy about that shot.
The Seahorses seem to have abandoned their possession game. Now they seem to be going to more of a quick strike offense. Maybe that is more of an indication of their fitness level. Maybe they do not have the legs to play the possession game like they had in the first half.
You're right. They're playing a very direct type of soccer, just kind of kicking and hoping Anderson and Mark Hope get at the end of that. Another substitution here by the Seahorses. Martinez coming out of the match here. He has really shined here for the Southern California Seahorses. Restart already. BYU still holding on to their possession game. And this is something they're very good at. They're very good at possessing out of the back. It's the attacking third where BYU struggles. Their strengths rely in keeping the ball, playing to feet, building out of the back. in the attacking third. Referee calls it against Seahorses here. Number 13, Arraiga. Lakip now on the ball. Doug Clark may want to take this. Lakip is going to let him. Doug left foot is going to swing inside, possibly back post. Let's see what BYU has. Kaufman unable to hold on to that one. Corner kick BYU. There's going to be their 7th corner kick. Fans getting excited again in the stands, wanting a goal from BYU. Hancock gets up for that one. Ball stays in. Corner kick again for BYU. Lakip on the ball here. Plays it low this time inside. No problem for the defense. Easy clearance. Hits the light post. BYU looking recharged after the halftime break. Clark on the ball. Ball deflected. Bauer plays it inbounds. Lakip and Green on sides. Unable to turn the ball there. Ryder's so strong in the middle there. Sterling looks to play Jay Screen behind the defense. Green he gets there, keeps the ball inbounds. Green plays it across. Bryson Pope tries to get ahead on that. I think he jumped too early. No problem there for Kaufman. Throws the ball out. Lakip chasing. Lakip does well not to foul. Joshua Ayers, number 7. The Seahorses back line does not look strong right now, looking very tired. Tanner Whitworth, the header out of bounds, awarding the Seahorses with a corner kick.
BYU is much more effective right now when they're playing the ball into the middle through Lakip and letting him distribute the ball back out to the wings. It's making the Seahorses really adjust, turn their hips, which is always more difficult to react to, and then the service back into the middle ends up having a lot more space. So look for that to continue here, and hopefully we'll end up with a good result.
Corner kick comes in, right? Doug Clark, easy head out. Marco plays that ball back in. Seahorse is still on the ball. Tanner Whitworth bikes it out of the back. Tanner Whitworth, very talented player. Ball through. It looks like Anderson on the right side. Plays it across on the ground. Seahorse still on the ball. BYU looking a little unorganized out of the back. Neff again on the attack. Bryson Pope, one to beat. Tries to poke it around him too much. Great idea by Bryson Pope. Just did that a little too early. That's a great move to use on a 1v1 defender. Bryson Pope has the speed to get around him. Just not quite enough there. Looks like Bautista. Offside call. Quick restart here. BYU looking to attack again.
This is a dangerous time of the game. BYU's been carrying the play, but I feel a little bit of momentum shifting. And Seahorses, if they're able to get a quick strike, BYU might be a little bit vulnerable right now if they don't get one.
Bryson Pope behind the defense. Kaufman with another great save. BYU unable to convert another opportunity. Great ball by Jay Screen, plays it in behind the defense. Jay Screen on the ball inside the 18. Still keeps the ball at his feet. Plays it into Lakip. Lakip tries to play it through. Unlucky there. Ryder will collect at midfield. Bautista does a great job to fight off Bauer. Hancock wins it back for BYU. Very physical play by Bautista. Lakekit plays it over the top. Hancock way out of position, coming forward. This might be just part of the frustration. Nothing's happening over top, not unable to score a goal. Kaufman showing well for the Seahorses.
That was a great save. Once again, 1v1, comes out, puts up the wall.
BYU Romy Lakekit subbed out of the match. Doug Clark dispossessed. Anderson now on the right side. Nothing really going on up top for the Seahorses. Schmidt now. Marco, beautiful ball out wide. Anderson looking for the cross, looks up, no one's there. Crosses it anyway. Green will collect. Wasted opportunity there. Kaufman out of the back here for the Seahorses. Ryan again, BYU struggling to convert. Another 1v1 opportunity. Great ball by Green to Pope. Unable to put it behind the keeper.
I'm starting to wonder if Kaufman is just having a really great game or if the problems are still with the Cougars not being able to just have that poise on the ball going to goal.
You know, I would lean to say Kaufman's having a great night, but he gave up 5 goals the other night against Tucson. And BYU, this has been a consistent struggle for the Cougars. Pope gets around his defender coming down the right side. We got fresh legs up top. Keeps the ball. Looks like it's going to be a, not sure what the referee's calling, goal kick. Corner kick for BYU. Free kick for BYU. Doug Clark. Header by BYU. Kaufman collects. Quick counter here by the Seahorses. Anderson wide open on the left side. Still open. Hancock comes over to defend. Right-footed shot. Sterling defends. Deflection. Oh, what a shot by Joshua Ayers. Saved by Brian Hale.
Both goalies coming up big in this game. This game is unbelievable. It's still scoreless.
Well done by both goalies. That's right. They're having outstanding games. Here's the replay on that. What a shot from point blank range. Hale does well to stop that. Hale comes up big for BYU. Foul called. Referee does well to protect BYU's Brian Hale. Hale plays short to Neff.
Wow, Josh. Croft, right back who got up on that ball. He got up so high in the air, it almost looked like his head was jousting with Hale's hands for the ball. That was some serious vertical right there.
Wow. Guy's playing the wrong sport. Seahorse is looking tired now. Another substitution by BYU. Chris Watkins looking for some fresh legs out there, needing to convert a goal. Trevor Henderson entering the match for BYU. John Hookah very, very instrumental in some of the build-ups for BYU. Trevor Henderson will now have to fill those shoes. Sterling looks to play it out. Pope on the ball. Bauer does well. Tanner Whitworth, right side of the field. BYU looking patient, poised up top here in the offensive half. Plays it all the way back to Hancock. BYU needing to get a goal quickly here. 77th minute of the match. Great touch by Sterling. Way to bring that ball down. Whitworth here on the ball looking to attack. Bryson Pope tries to turn, keeps the ball at his feet. Colby Bauer demanding that ball at midfield. I love that from a midfielder, wanting the ball, demanding it. Through ball. Trevor Henderson comes from the left side of the field, streaks across, looks for the... Well done by Trevor Henderson. He came out of nowhere, streaks across the field to keep that ball in play. We'll get a replay of that. Right here, you'll see Alex Neff look up, play. It looks like he's playing to no one. On the left side of the screen comes Trevor Henderson out of nowhere. What great speed.
That's great hustle. Making something out of nothing right there.
Neff on the header there. Inside, BYU. Unfortunate, unlucky. I'm starting to feel for these guys. Long punt out by Kaufman. Clark on the header. Miss header. Clark dispossessed. Mark Hope on the ball. Him and Anderson lead the attack for the Seahorses. Anderson still on the ball. BYU again looking disorganized. Foul called against Hope. BYU ball. Ryan, another opportunity. Missed opportunity by BYU. Here we go. Trevor Henderson. The man who just made something out of nothing. That was his first touch of the game. Anderson now trying to make something happen for the Seahorses. Whitworth up to Pope. Pope megs his defender. Gets around him. Referee saw number 13, Seth Arraiga. Pull him back. He won't book him. Just have a few words with him. Alex Neff on the free kick here. Seahorses are going to go ahead and have a substitution. Their third one of the match. BYU with 4 substitutions already. Zach Bautista exiting the match. Their 2 midfielders are now leaving the match. I haven't really seen anything from the 2 new midfielders that were subbed in for the Seahorses. In fact, Schmidt has been pretty silent for the Seahorses. Fans starting with the BYU chant. Pope gets around his defender to the back, to the back post. Henderson brings the ball down, plays it back inside. Seahorses getting it out of danger, playing it in the back.
10 minutes left to play. BYU has got to find a way to turn this pressure into a goal.
They've had so many opportunities. It would be another heartbreaking loss. They can't, I don't know if BYU can afford to have another loss here or a tie. All 3 points on the line here tonight. BYU desperately needing their first win here at home. Cougars definitely have the momentum. Definitely are playing very well possession soccer. Playing the ball through Trevor Henderson now, trying to get through. Well done by defender number 16, Norris, for the Seahorses.
That was a great ball up to Henderson.
Number 14, Matt Ryder. Entering the match, number 11,
Cam McLaughlin coming in. Matt Ryder are going to go ahead and take a seat. Matt Ryder is the one who played that through ball to Henderson just a second ago. BYU putting in several attacking players, wanting to make something happen. Seahorses keep the ball in bounds down there on the end line. McLaughlin, first few touches of the match. BYU playing with several new players, several of their young players. Green lets that ball roll out of bounds. Green not happy about that. Linesman right there, though. Saw it roll over the line. You know, Ryan, I appreciate the fact that Coach Watkins is trying so many of his new players, especially in a season that hasn't been their best season. He's able to get a better look at some of these guys to prepare them for next year.
There's no better way to find out what you have than put them into game situations.
And I think, you know, we're going to see some new faces next year for sure. Several of these players are going to BYU Hawaii in the fall, so the fall season will be a very young BYU team here.
Well, you always got to be looking to the future, but also mixing up the personnel. If you're not having success, sometimes a little spark here or there is all you need, but you never know exactly where it's going to come from. So some trial and error is always a good thing.
BYU looking to play some balls through and behind the defense here. Lots of substitutions here. We're in the 83rd minute of the match. BYU Seahorses tie game 0-0. BYU with several opportunities, unable to convert. Cougars desperately needing their first win here at home. Seahorses looking tired in the second half, but have held up defensively. Still plenty of time for BYU to score. This game could go either way. The goalkeepers of this game, Brian Hale and John Kaufman, have been absolutely outstanding.
I would say that the possession battle and territorial battle has been overly dominated by BYU in the second half.
They definitely look like they're owning this game. The Seahorses team has kind of died out. Almost a turnover. It is a turnover by BYU. And another direct ball going forward. Looks like Hope chips to Anderson. Plays it out wide. Left-footed ball in. Great header by Neff, out of danger. Green dispossessed, out of bounds. BYU needs to do better with the ball there.
Green was pretty lucky that ball was lost, because he was a little slow to that ball, and that could have definitely been taken and turned into a good opportunity by the Seahorses.
Great skill by Tanner Whitworth there. Great challenge by Alex Neff out of the back. Cam McLaughlin on the ball here, looking to attack, looking to counter. Plays the ball in, left side of the field. All fresh legs up top. Colby Bauer on the ball. Bryson Pope now trying to get inside behind the defense. Tries to take a shot, deflection, plays it in. Bryson Pope in behind the defense on the ball here. Nothing happened there. Bryson Pope goes to the ground. Seahorses make their way out of that play. Well done by Cam McLaughlin to play that ball through. Alex Neff mishits that ball, goes out of bounds. Player down for the Seahorses.
It's interesting, Josh. If most teams, when they have trouble scoring, they get into the offensive third and seem to not know what to do. That doesn't seem to be the problem for BYU. BYU seems to get tons of chances. It's just that last finishing touch to put the ball in the back of the net that just is not happening right now. But the creativity, the movement off the ball, they are doing all that they can. It's just not going in. Maybe they just need one, and then the dam breaks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. BYU struggling to score goals, only 5 on the season. Something may have to do with their leading scorer from last season and years previous, Garrett Losey, having a broken arm, out for the rest of the season. He hasn't played. I think he played in 3 games. BYU fans getting excited.
Well, if you look at the shot totals, BYU has 19. That doesn't even count those shots that possibly are off frame. And I would count at least a half dozen that are 5 bell chances that on most days find a way to go in. So you got to tip your hat to Kaufman. But when that many chances don't go in, you also got to look at yourselves and be that player that wants to make a difference. You've got to believe, you've got to make it happen. And BYU's got to find that player that finishes all of the great opportunities and combinations that they're finding right now. It's great soccer, it's just not ending up in the back of the net.
What do you think Coach Watkins is thinking right now?
He's got to be frustrated. When you see a dominant second half like this and you're not getting the results, it's just a little bit off. Any coach is always scratching their head, saying, how do I get my players to make that last play? It's really a game of inches. How many of those balls, 1v1 with the keeper, that just are glancing off? How, just an inch or two one way or the other, and that's in the back of the net. Coach can't do anything about that. The players have got to step up and find a way and have the confidence to make that play. It falls on the players.
Yeah, absolutely right, Ryan. It falls on the players. The coach can't step across that line. Unfortunate for BYU, he probably is frustrated. However, Cougars if they walk away from this game scoreless, they did have at least 19 opportunities in front of the net, 3 or 4 1v1 opportunities with Kaufman, and he has just been outstanding.
One thing the coach can take away from it, though, hopefully he doesn't run into a hot keeper the next time. And if the Cougars can keep up this pressure, keep up this creativity, they will find success. It's just got to stay with it and not back down.
BYU with a very dominant performance the second half. Done an excellent job to put the pressure on the Seahorses. You can tell they've just died out when it comes to conditioning and who's fit. BYU definitely the more fit of the two teams out here tonight. Bauer elevates extremely well. Doesn't hit that with his head. He hits it with his foot. Whitworth brings it down off his chest. Bauer then looks to play it forward. Here we go. BYU, another opportunity. Behind the defense, 1v1 opportunity. And he finishes! BYU with his first goal of the match. 1-0. BYU in the 89th minute. Blake Freshnet with the goal. You can see how excited BYU is. Dogpiling in. Here's the replay. Fresh legs, BYU's excited. 1-0 here.
Josh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Making a run, you're even with the center back. As the ball comes through, ball's played up. It's a race for the ball. BYU is behind. He goes shoulder to shoulder and then has the poise to finish the play. Having the determination to get in position and then having the poise to make that final touch that beats Kaufman finally.
I tip my hat to Blake. He's done what the rest of the BYU team was unable to do for the previous 89 minutes of the match. We're now in the 90th minute. We're 20 seconds away from the end of regulation, and then we'll go into stoppage time. You can just see the relief on the players' faces. I think we're going to see a much different BYU team. What a great effort by Blake there to get that goal and opportunity. Really, he came from behind. Fantastic effort. Seahorses right now trying to get the equalizer.
Lots more determination by the Seahorses right now. BYU should not sit back. They need to continue to possess the ball and get the ball upfield and not let the Seahorses take the to attack. This is what they need to do right here, is keep the ball upfield, keep upfield pressure. Don't sit back.
You know, Ryan, I love seeing these freshmen come in and make a big difference for this team. BYU's lacked a little bit of a spark, and Blake came in and did that for them, gave them a spark. And you could just tell how excited the BYU players were as a team, how much that goal meant to them. Cameron McLaughlin to Jace Green, plays it long. Blake on the ball on the left side, keeps it in bounds, gets pushed off the ball. Referee, no call, play on.
Ref is definitely letting him play here in the last 2-3 minutes.
That's it, folks. We've exhausted regulation time. We're into stoppage time now. BYU 1-0, scoring in the 89th minute. Doug Clark now attacking for BYU. Going through several defenders. No call by the referee. Says get up.
Looks like we have a down BYU player on the far side.
Look like it's Blake, the lone goal scorer for BYU. Look at here, Doug Clark cutting up defenders, cuts in, tries to do a Maradona, gets brought down. Definitely, you know, it's tough as a referee. Do you call it as a foul? Clark might have fallen over.
To me, it looked like the defender had position and Clark kind of turned into him.
Yeah, I don't see much there. Looks like the goal scorer for BYU, though. Blake Frischknecht is down. Slow to get up right now. BYU could be walking away with their first 3 points at home. BYU excited. Cougar fans are excited. This is exactly what they needed to end this match.
This would have been a tough one to go home from after all of those chances and if the Cougars wouldn't have scored. But now the Cougars fans can go home happy, and the Cougars themselves need to build on this and take that second half, the dominant second half, and move on to their next game and have that same pressure. And hopefully they will have the same kind of result. But they still have to hold on to the end of this game. This game's not over yet.
What a relief that BYU has right now. A load off their shoulders after Blake Frischknecht scoring possibly the game winner of the match. Still waiting to hear back about Blake Frischknecht if he will be done. It'd be heartbreaking if he was unable to return to the match. Bryson Pope has some fans in the stands right now. We just got word that Blake Frischknecht that just went down is just coming back from some heart surgery, and he is slow to get up. He was just cleared to play.
BYU's next game is next Thursday, actually the 27th, so a week from Thursday, against these same Southern California Seahorses. And so the messages and the play of this game will definitely carry over to that one. BYU will be on the road for the next 2 games before they're back at Southfield on July 4th for an exciting night.
And I think they play Tucson that night. Is that right, Ryan?
That's what it looks like. Be a good game. Tucson looks like they can score. They're the ones that beat the Seahorses 5-1 just on Tuesday.
BYU here having a little gathering. I'm sure Coach Watkins is telling him to defend well and not give up this 1-0 lead. Last week, BYU leads the game 1-0. Ended up losing 2-1 to the Real Colorado Foxes. Here it doesn't look that way, but still have some time left. Referee calls both teams back out on the field for the last few minutes of the match here. BYU leading the game 1-0 into stoppage time. Blake Frischknecht with the goal, hugging his teammates on the sideline even though he can hardly walk. You can just tell the excitement from the Cougars right now. Cougars desperately needed a win tonight, and they could very well be walking out as victors leaving Southfield. Great support by the fans here. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball. Good sportsmanship here. Seahorses will just kick it right back to the Cougars. Seahorses will actually just keep the ball. We can't have more than 2 or 3 minutes into stoppage time. Hale picks it up, falls over the ball, picks it up. Dangerous. Brian Hale not afraid to keep the ball at his feet there.
I can see the point of trying to save some seconds, but that seemed a little risky. Not worth the risk there.
Cameron McLaughlin hit there, calling for a foul. Schmidt now on the ball in midfield. Anderson trying to play it through. BYU just looking to defend their 1-0 lead now in the dying minutes of the match. Sterling Hancock clears, out of danger. Ace Phillips in the match for Blake Frischknecht. Bauer on the header. Colby Bauer. Jace Green just clears it, out of danger. Kaufman almost kicks that ball out of bounds, almost a corner kick for BYU. Seahorses just looking to attack right now, just trying to get an equalizer. Trevor Henderson, great defense right there. Ace Phillips mistimes that pass. Anderson on the ball. Bauer always in the right place at the right time. Clark out to defend right now. BYU looking like they are not going to be giving up a goal. They will take this game 1-0. They look so determined right now. Ace Phillips offside. Referee waves him off. Kaufman with the ball right now. Henderson on the header out. Bauer just there, just enough to take him off the shot. Green with the great clearance here. BYU leaving 10 men behind the ball. Keeper taking a throw in. You don't see that very often.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
Whitworth plays it out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin now keeps the ball, takes 2 on now. McLaughlin, one of the young new talent of the team here. Phillips plays him through. McLaughlin behind the defense. Just wide. McLaughlin with another opportunity to add to the lead. And that's it, folks. BYU Cougars win 1-0 against the Southern California Seahorses. Referee calls the match. BYU walks away with their first 3 points at home thanks to Blake Frischknecht with the lone goal. BYU had several opportunities tonight. Looks like they had a 21 shots total. Converted the 1. Chris Watkins must be happy walking away from tonight. Ryan, any final thoughts?
Very determined effort by the Cougars tonight. Looked like they might come up a little short, but in the 88th minute, Blake Frischknecht makes a great run and finds a way to get the ball past Kaufman, who had a stellar night as well. So great night overall. We just like to make it maybe a little easier next time. But a victory nonetheless, and we'll take it.
Cougar victory. Folks, we will be rejoining you in 3 weeks here at Southfield, July 4th. BYU will take on FC Tucson. They will play next week, 2 weeks, Thursday, June 27th, against the Southern California Seahorses in Southern California. Thank you for all those listening. Cougar fans, BYU wins tonight 1-0. Take home 3 points, first home win here at Southfield. This is Josh Patino, Ryan Schmidt signing off.